For this week's Wellbeing Wednesday, I want to talk about the important topic of hope. We know that hope can really help to build our resilience. It helps us to recover quicker from setbacks. It can ward off and reduce anxiety, depression, trauma, all these different impacts. Hope is such a unique concept and something that we find for so many people can be that one anchor to help them to continue to propel forward. We see that individuals that have higher levels of hope have higher psychological well-being, that increased positive affect, that quality of life, and that feelings of life satisfaction, and so much that contributes to overall well-being. We know that hope can also help to increase our physical health. We can see higher responding from immune functioning. We can see better prognosis with chronic conditions, even just lower experiences of sensations of pain for individuals that even experience chronic pain. Now, hope doesn't mean that we are not realistic and that we look at everything with rose-colored glasses, but it's more of that ability to refrain from feeling completely helpless, to be able to recognize that there can still be possibilities out there. And just because things don't look exactly like we want them to be today, it doesn't mean that we can't have those best things that we want to achieve in our life. It is that bit of optimism, but that higher level of possibility to get to that point where we can be thriving in our lives. We know that hope can be protective against the stress, against the anxiety, but it also helps us to choose healthier behaviors. Think of people in your life that you may know who, once they had grandchildren, now they wanted to start being healthier to make sure that they were living longer, to be able to be around and have those opportunities. Somebody that has somebody positive come into their life, or maybe even just getting that dream job and wanting to clear up other parts of their lives as well. So we know that there are all these different aspects that hope can contribute to. So what are some other tips and tricks to help us to be able to increase our levels of hope? We know that one, looking at past wins. So even when things do feel heavy or feel like the future is unknown, how can we look at things where we've succeeded before to recognize that there is the likelihood that that will happen again? How can we filter our inputs and see, have we been taking in a lot of negativity? Maybe we're going to purposely seek out positive stimuli in our lives and information and news and social media, or taking a break from some of those inputs. Possibly thinking about what is another option instead of falling into that black and white thinking of there's only one or two options. What might be that middle ground? What is a different opportunity to think outside the box? Thinking about if-then scenarios. Maybe next time we get into a situation that we know we feel less hope, okay, when this situation happens, what's something that I can do? Is there a person that I can call? Something that I can write down ahead of time to remind myself of something positive? We also know that many times we can reframe that failure as feedback to help us to propel ourselves forward. We've talked on here before about failing forward. But two other key pieces. One is recognizing that giving hope to others can actually help to build hope in ourselves. If we know somebody that's been feeling down or been struggling, how can we spend a little bit of time with them and help them to be able to increase hope in their lives? Research shows that by pouring that into other people, it helps us for ourselves. And that the hope piece can be very reciprocal. So not only helping us to feel hopeful helps to protect us against aspects of negative well-being or anxiety or stress, that when we also are then having those positive mindset and feedback in the way that we're looking at the world, that can also help to increase our hope. So both are able to play back and forth. Have a wonderful week and be well.